Hey everyone, there's the thing that we want new cameras to be, and then there's the thing that new cameras are. And that is the case with the new GH5 II. Panasonic didn't give us everything that we wanted in this new update, but they gave us something better, something we didn't even know that we wanted. And the GH5 II is actually a great case study because brands have to manage their new technology and then decide what sector of their audience or user group actually gets that new technology. Curious what I'm talking about? Well, that is exactly what this review is all about, and we're going to get to that. But first, to the highlight reel. The Panasonic GH5 II is the Being John Malkovich of camera updates. Not quite 6, but not on 5 anymore. Unlike the Spike Jonze film, the GH5 II gives us a bit more headroom over the GH5. Advancements include 4K 10-bit at 60p. Vlog is now included. The camera also features improved autofocus and improved image stabilization. There is an anti-reflective sensor coating and a longer life battery. The camera also features a brighter LCD screen with better gamut, Wi-Fi streaming, an updated menu, and some glitzy red bling a la the S1H. What about the GH6 you say? Well, we'll get into that, but first let's dive into the features of this camera. The first Panasonic camera that I ever used with actually reliable autofocus was the S1H, and now they've carried that tech into the GH5 II. Thank God. This was a feature that was in desperate need of advancement on the GH series cameras. The GH5 II now joins the AI crowd with advanced head, body, and animal detection, which means you no longer need to be a face with two eyes. It recognizes heads, bodies, even when turned away from the camera. It is a very noticeable improvement over the GH5, and maybe slightly better than the S1H. I do feel, however, that the autofocus is still not as good as Sony or Canon's. And the brain that drives the human detection doesn't always talk to the brain that drives the focus. So this is an area that could still use some improvement. The IBIS has improved by 1.5 stops up to 6.5 stops. The improvement over the GH5 was noticeable, but only slight. Still, with Micro Four Thirds, physics is always on your side and typically shows the best stability of any sensor type. Where the GH5 stabilization shines is with anamorphic lenses, which have no optical stability. We tested without stabilization, standard stabilization, and then anamorphic stabilization mode. Walking with the camera is quite possibly the worst thing that you can do from a stable footage perspective, and the GH5 II handles it remarkably well. It honestly exceeded my expectations. Now going back to the start where I said that Panasonic gave us something we didn't even know we wanted, well at least I didn't know that I wanted it, which is Wi-Fi streaming. With this camera, you only need the camera and a smart device. That's it. With these two in hand, you can now stream high-quality video direct to YouTube, Facebook, or any RTMP platform with only your mobile device. It's quick, it's relatively simple, and it works. For me, this is the true harbinger of things to come and will no doubt set the stage for all cameras of all brands to follow. This one feature is what Panasonic is using to tell us who this camera is for. Yes, there has been so many great cinematic videos created on the GH series cameras, and primarily before the arrival of the full-frame S series cameras. But Panasonic wants the GH series cameras to now be an affordable and approachable video tool for the growing body of streaming creators. And this camera gives them everything that they could possibly want and so much more. Now, sounds like we're done, doesn't it? Oh no, we're not. This is the one area that I had hoped would improve with this camera. There are some changes, but I'd hesitate to call them improvements. The camera now features the same Cineleg D2 and Cineleg V2 profile as is found in the S1H. The dynamic range has improved in these profiles as well. However, the color has not. Now skin tones are no longer weirdly red and orange, they're weirdly yellow, and the red saturation has completely dropped off the map. Now you can clean these up with some post work, but the image continues to still feel muddy and lifeless. Now color science is a personal preference, and there are people who do like this look. I, however, am not one of those people. The GH5 II now comes stock with Vlog Lite and works no better or worse than the GH5. The Lite version of Vlog works reliably well with modest dynamic range, but remains significantly handicapped when compared to standard Vlog in the S1H. The higher clipping point of the S1H can be used to maximize its VariCam color science and dynamic range. The S1H absolutely destroys the GH5 II here. Comically, Panasonic's marketing says since Vlog L has the same V-gamut characteristics as Vlog, footage from VariCam series cameras can be seamlessly included in the edit. Seamless, I would say, seems to be a bit of a stretch here. And this leads us to talk about the GH6 now. What will happen with the color and performance of the GH6? Panasonic hints at more creative control and resolution, pushing towards the 6K mark. What's key to consider is that the GH series is about accessibility for video creators, whereas the S series is about maxing out the cinematic potential. These are two wholly different markets. I would never expect a GH series camera to match the quality of an S series camera. In fact, you can get two GH5 IIs and a lens for the price of a single S1H body. But that being said, I was kind of hoping that the next series of GH cameras would include better gamut mapping and color science. And maybe that's something we're going to see in the GH6. Still, I have to say that if you're into streaming or general video production, this is probably the best camera for you on the market right now and will set the stage for all the other cameras from all the other brands to follow. And that's really, really exciting. So if streaming is your jam, then this is your cam. And that's it from me. Thanks so much for watching, guys. As always, please subscribe to this channel for more so insightful videos like this one, and comment in the comment section below because I'm pretty sure you're gonna have something to say. And that's it for me. I'm out. Peace.